Let's call the meeting to order.
Agnes Varnarski, Chairperson.
Present.
Dana Syvertson, Commissioner.
Here.
John Kamish, Commissioner.
Here.
Seth Marcus, Commissioner.
Here.
Pete Hahn, Commissioner.
Here.
I'm Jill Moskella, Commissioner, and Recording Secretary. Ed Madden is not present, but we have a quorum.
Thank you. Let's have approval of the board meetings, of the board meeting of May 11th, 2023.
You mean the minutes?
Minutes of the board meeting.
I make the motion that we approve the minutes as so drafted, like unbelievably well, by our Commissioner, Jill Moscow.
I'll second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Okay, minutes approved. And let's move on to old business, volunteer work days. So our volunteer work days have been very well attended. We have an extra volunteer work day on Wednesdays, which is transplanting Wednesdays. So we have a work day coming up this weekend on Sunday, which will be the shoreline stabilization at Hillcrest Lake. And we're working on setting that up. Anybody want to add anything to that?
Yeah, there's a chance that the Sunday is going to get rained out. It's listed as a 58% chance, but I don't really believe it. So I think it's just going to be some intermittent rain there.
We'll have canopies.
We'll have canopies and things there. So
Any thunder or lightning?
if we really have to
Leave.
cancel, it would be because of lightning or really a torrential downpour. And the meeting, that notice would go out at 7:30 in the morning like it always does. So that's about it.
Yeah, we'll have radar by then to tell.
Also, the volunteer workday, the whole topic of volunteer workdays, you see with the agenda that it's been sort of modified again to include under projects, the update the status of commissioners' monitoring reports, and then each one of the sites where we're actually working. The idea in doing that was to put all that in one place so that if in the course of discussion about the update of the project and or listening to your reports, if that's what happens, if there's suggestions for some sort of urgent need or some need that really needs to be accomplished in some timely fashion, that would then feed into the volunteer workday. So looking to that as sort of a programming feature, getting a better understanding from everybody's perspective. Okay, so that was the intent there.
Two things. In terms of volunteer workdays, do you want to say anything about Friday?
Oh, yeah, Friday, we have the retirees Friday morning work group. We're going to call it Nature's Finest.
All right.
And
That was a decision by everybody?
no, I just made a command decision. Because we have both men and women in this group, and so we can't, we need something that's sort of generic and applicable. So the idea here is to work from 9 to 11 on Friday mornings so nobody burns out, and try to do things that are out of the norm or actually feed into preparation of a regular workday. And that's the case for this Friday. We're going to be at the lake, and we're going to be clearing out the path for the dirt to be dumped, and taking out a few of the things that are in the shoreline, and if we have the time and we can get to it, starting to install the carpet exclosure fence. So that's the nature of the Friday work days. If anyone wants to get on that mailing list, just let me know, and I'll include them in it. And it usually goes out on Thursdays, and it's just if anybody's around and they're available and they're retired or not, or just playing hooky.
Is there a minimum age requirement?
No.
You have to show your Medicare card.
Yes.
That starts tomorrow, Dana?
It's not every Friday. It's not going on.
Yeah, put
so-
me on the list.
Okay, I will do, Peter.
Be around.
So we'll that's what we're doing tomorrow, but for instance, at the slough, when you walk the path, there's things as you walk the path and really pay attention to what you're looking at. There's an occasional mulberry or a maple or a buckthorn or something that, you know, you just, normally you wouldn't make a work day to get rid of that stuff, but if you're just walking by it, why not? So that's sort of the idea. Okay?
And is this the time to talk about the sites? Is it?
Well, we got to do the
And then we'll talk about
public library and Park District events.
Okay. And then we talk about the
Yeah.
Yeah.
sites? Okay.
Okay. All right, so let's move on to the Prospect Heights Public Library Park District events, the Nature Speaks program.
Nature Speaks, we have Grace Hart from the Beekeepers, and she's the only one scheduled at this point. There are less than 40 seats available. That is an in-person presentation at the library, and that's in June, I believe.
Is it only in person?
No, it's Zoom and in person both. So, yeah, she's June 19th. The bird walks are over. They were a lot of fun and very successful. The first one was better than the second one because of the migrators, but Mary Lou is committed to doing them again in the fall, so that's basically all there is to it. What we're seeing, an enormous amount of people birding at the slough, and it's really funny because they have their phone in one hand with the listening app and binoculars in the other, and so they're listening to what they can't see and looking for what it is that they do see. So the traffic has been amazing. So that's it.
Okay.
Any questions?
Now we move on then to the Commissioner Site Monitoring Reports. Boardwalk, any comments? It needs to be leveled.
It needs to be level.
It needs to be leveled.
I have all the stuff now to do that, so
All right.
anytime you're ready.
Well, it's a matter of finding time to do that. It could maybe be,
A Friday morning?
I work on Friday
Oh,
mornings.
okay.
I'm not yet retired. But I'm pretty busy now with parade prep, but
Right.
maybe on work days or after parade, we can level that out.
Sure.
It'd be nice to get to it sooner rather than later, but,
Yeah, the north section seems to be a little bit more tumultuous than the south.
I agree, yeah. So, it's a matter of finding time to get it in there.
Okay.
Okay.
We did a pretty good job recently of string trimming the path,
Mhm.
but at the boardwalk, it does need it.
It does need it, I know. You know, actually this week, or starting next week and even tomorrow, Ari will be alone for a week because Catherine's taking a week vacation. So it's gonna be hard to get a lot of those things done with just one person. But I'll put her on it as soon
Yeah.
as it's possible.
And, I'll be there Wednesday, so I'll also get it.
Sure, great. Okay, Pollinator Park, shoreline restoration, we discussed it.
Yeah, we're poised this Sunday, as we all know at this point, to begin that section of shoreline restoration. Weather is going to be iffy, and so that's really going to temper whatever result we have there. But we're doing as we mentioned, the prep work on Friday. Everything is there. It's
Yeah.
on site. So
What
it's-
about for the volunteers that aren't gonna be able to do that heavy?
If people can't actually get in the water or do that heavy work, there's plenty of other things that can be done there with
Buckthorn removal?
clipping, buckthorn removal. We can do some additional planting in the other.
In which
You know,
case
those
they
areas.
would need to be holes
Right.
drilled. Mhm.
Mhm.
Okay. If we have a really big turnout and it doesn't rain, we can always clip some reed canary too.
Right,
Did you order the topsoil for that?
yes,
How many yards?
15.
Okay,
It's going to be delivered tomorrow, Saturday morning.
okay,
So tomorrow, we're going to be clearing out that area that we discussed to dump it.
okay.
Is it gonna fit 15 yards? It's a lot.
Yeah,
It's not gonna go over the plants that are there already?
no.
All right, comment seeded prairie, hemlock, that's all I gotta say about that.
Yeah, there's poison hemlock there, and we really need to take that out, so as soon as we can get to it. Have to be really careful with that stuff, but it really needs to be gone, so.
It causes a phytodermatitis, so if you get the oils on your hand and it gets exposed to sun, it causes a blistering rash. So it's gotta be very carefully, delicately cut with gloves, and then excited.
What is it, poison hemlock?
Poison
hemlock.
hemlock. I
It's like
sent,
5
in
of
my
them.
report, I sent
It's like 10
everybody a
feet
link.
tall,
Right.
and it's really aggressive. Actually, the remnant prairie, I think it's almost like, oh my gosh, it could be half an acre that's been taken over by it. It's just, and there's only four of them, or 5, but it's got, if you let it go, it's just the whole, it'll take over, next year it'll be 1,000, so we gotta get it. And then a little bit of reed canary, but otherwise, Everything's good there, yeah? Nature Preserve, Gary
Mhm.
Marava?
Other than
Yeah.
that, though, there's nothing really urgent at the Common Prairie, so.
Nature Preserve, I think we've read.
Mhm.
Remnant Prairie. I don't know.
I just want to make a comment about Morava. Peter in his last report mentioned stuff in the creek, so today I went over there and took out a lot of logs and sticks and
Cool.
cleaned out a bunch of the creek.
Nice.
Great.
Thank
The
you.
only, all the things that were seemingly, able for me to grab, I did. The only thing that's for the most part left are about 3 logs that are very, that are, 15 feet long.
Mm.
So if that requires a chainsaw.
That could be a Friday morning event, too.
Yeah, it would be very short. It's just a half hour.
Okay.
It's just 3 logs that are next to each other on the north side of the path. of the
Maybe that
cross.
could be tied into chip laying down chips where
Mhm.
Peter said that it needs chips.
Yeah, that would be a great,
That, a great Friday morning.
yeah.
Mhm.
I need to digress a little bit, too, I forgot, about going back to the Park District events. It's not really a Park District event, but we've arranged to have Moreno Tree Care deliver chips to us. And so these are pure chips. The guy understands what is good and what isn't good. And he is willing to provide us with delivery of chips
For free.
for free, and I'm creating maps with the actual drop sites. And then when he's ready to deliver a load of chips, I'll meet him there, so the first time.
And you
So
ran
we
it
can
by the
show
Park District?
I ran it by the Park District and by Mark, and everybody's fine with it. They just want to know when it's going to be delivered, how long it's going to be there. That will help tremendously, since we're having difficulty getting wood chips.
Mhm.
And then
So, yeah,
also-
all our sites?
No,
Or they're
it's
separate
only,
walk-
we're only talking about Nature Preserve, the Slough, and Tully Park.
Oh, okay.
That's it. That is the only place we have wood chips, so. And finally, just a shout out to Peter for all the hard work there in
Oh,
getting that Canada
unbelievable.
Thistle at the Prairie.
Unbelievable.
Unbelievable.
Yeah. And the remnant sedge meadow, I mean, that was hours and hours and hours and hours of work. And then we saw Peter yesterday watering the plums when we were walking with the
Yeah,
interns.
They needed a watering, but they look pretty good. I was really amazed to see how good they look, and there's a lot of little plums on those
Oh, cool.
trees, so
Cool.
we'll have
Nice.
a good harvest this year.
Very
Awesome.
nice.
But they're gonna need water if we don't get.
Yeah, all right,
We don't
we'll
get rain.
schedule a watering.
Yeah, I'm glad we put down mulch, the wood chips around those, because that's really helped them along.
Okay,
So wood chips are good.
all right, we'll have plenty more, so.
Great.
Okay.
Remnant Prairie.
Remnant Prairie is not doing that great. I don't know. I don't think there's enough resources. I don't know. I mean, it's, a lot of those woodies have come back. There's a lot of invasives there. I don't know.
I think that ties into the sedge meadow. We reached out to ComEd and asked for help there.
Mm-hmm.
So far, there's nothing coming because Stantec is overbooked. We did rent a brush hog on our dollar and went and took out as much as we could. It's really a tough go with a handheld unit.
Yeah.
So it really requires some heavy-duty
It
equipment.
does. It needs some big equipment to take it out.
So we have requests into ComEd, and as soon as we hear back, we'll know something.
Mhm.
I did call a couple of places, and so far I struck out. I did speak with Diane Granito from,
Oh, yeah.
Mhm.
and actually with Kevin and Luke, I only have their email addresses. I don't have phone numbers.
Kevin is no longer working with CFC.
Yeah, but I thought
Luke
maybe
is.
they might know.
I don't have a phone number. I just have Luke's
Yeah,
email as well.
I just have email.
Mhm.
And then I got Diana suggested I call Rick. And anyway,
Yeah.
I'm working on it, but
Okay.
so far nothing.
What are you looking for?
A brush hog that either is attached to a tractor or that you drive.
Okay.
The brush hog that we used already was handheld, and it, from what I understand, it's just not, the job is too big.
The job is too big.
Right.
And we tried it by hand and absolutely not. Mm-mm.
So, back to the Remnant Prairie, is there, I mean, is there a plan for that, or are we just letting it go? What's the idea?
I think that
I mean, I know we haven't really had a workday there in a long
we
time.
haven't.
And to be honest, with both of these things, the Remnant Prairie and the Sedge Meadow, there, a couple of things. One is that it would be nice to work in concert with ComEd and Stantec. I mean, they could make such a difference. They could be so helpful. As you know, they did burn that one section, and it's great. What they did was, it really helped tremendously.
It did.
It looks nice, it worked well, but it was a small percentage of the total. I'm not sure why they stopped some small.
There's so much vetch over there,
Yeah,
and it's spreading.
yeah.
It's all over the place.
So I don't think it's a lost cause. I just think,
It would take a lot of resources.
yeah,
a lot of
but
work.
it's a big project, and in order to keep it from becoming a lost cause, it would be great to have the partnership with ComEd and Stantec. That would help.
Well, we've got those requests in, so as soon
Yeah,
as
we'll
we
see.
hear.
These machine, it would be pretty awesome if, these machines, I guess, they cost a lot, but I don't know if in the big picture, there's a way of getting, because once you have a tractor and you can attach a brush hog, you can also attach a boom sprayer. And, then you become a big operation, you can tackle these big projects. We have some big dreams that are actually feasible if we had the tools to do them, but we don't have the tools to do them.
Do you have any idea what the cost of a tractor-pulled brush hog is?
No, but part of the issue is the tractor itself.
Mhm.
And I was talking to Agnes, I guess, about a Kubota, that I guess a Kubota could pull both a brush hog and a boom sprayer,
Possibly.
60-inch.
Yeah, but it's,
My understanding is Kubota's $10,000.
yeah, it's a lot of money. What I thought of was Horcher
Mhm.
Yeah.
Farms, right?
Yeah.
Mhm.
Remember when we
Yeah, yeah.
we needed heavy machinery 9 years ago
Yeah, yeah.
at Cedar Prairie?
I'll
They
add that to
came
my
through.
list of phone calls, yeah.
Yeah. The only thing is you really need permission from ComEd.
Yeah,
We've asked for that permission
Right,
as
and
well.
we
so-
haven't had the answer for that yet. So you need permission from ComEd, permission from the park district to do any of those things, so.
yeah, if anybody has any ideas on leads for, borrowing or renting, be very, big brush hog, tractor, boom sprayer, especially the brush hog and the tractor.
Do you need a license in order to operate?
No.
You know
No,
how to do it, though.
Yeah,
It's
well,
usually
that's-
stick shift.
Oh, it is? Yeah,
Uh-huh.
I'm on it.
I wonder if the park district or the city has any type of,
Well, the land we're talking about doing is ComEd land, so then you have to get the willingness of the park district or city to work on ComEd land.
Well, the park district has a lease agreement to be able to do management, and it's actually, they lease the property with
The park
ComEd.
district?
Yeah,
So does
Owns
the
the
park
property.
district own that? Own a brush hog?
no,
I don't think so. I mean,
They
I
own
don't
a
know for
tractor.
sure,
tractor.
They own a tractor.
right?
Yeah.
mhm.
I don't know.
So, yeah, but we don't know that
I don't
information.
know. We find out.
You know,
Okay.
yeah,
park
even,
district.
even some type of heavy-duty, lawn, type mower, mulching mower,
Mhm.
I think would do a pretty good job.
Well, it depends what we're talking, the things
Cattails.
we want to, cattails and phragmites at one site, and then the other side is more,
Brush.
buckthorns and
That's different.
calorie pears,
That's different.
yes.
So if the park district does have the equipment, then they don't need permission from ComEd because they have permission already with their lease agreement to
That's
do
true.
any sort of management activities on any of the sites of any of those acres.
And so the person to talk to at the park district would be,
Christina or Dino?
Dino.
okay,
Dino, right.
okay.
When is Dino leaving?
Dino retires at the
End of July.
Okay.
I'm trying to recruit him for the Friday Club. We'll see.
Okay.
Okay, let's move on.
Wait, Tully Park, Joe, do you know any more about the meeting at Tully Park to discuss the demolition plan?
Yes, the contract is on Monday's agenda. We went out to bid for that, and it's the demolition of the home. There's a shed behind it, the deck. I think they're going to take that cottonwood tree down. And then it's just a basic restoration of the property. And that fence line too, the fence line that was on the property.
Yeah, I know Christina was trying to set up a meeting with us on site so that she fully understood the issue there, and we haven't heard anything from her.
Okay.
So I don't know if you have.
I have not.
Okay, I'll follow up with her.
Okay. The, generally, rule of thumb, if the contract is awarded Monday night, there's a process getting bond documents and things like that. Generally, rule of thumb is the work would be done within 2 months.
2 months, okay.
Okay.
When you mentioned wood chips for Tully Park, where would that be?
They want to wood chip their paths. I don't know any more about that. I talked to Wendy. We discussed a place for a possible dump site, and that's as much as I know about it at this point. But I know in the meditation area, there are, I think, chips there, and she wanted additional chips, and then her intention was to chip the other paths, so. That's as much as I know.
Okay. And just to, since we have St. Al's on here, and Ed's not here, but St. Al's looks really great. There's one teasel, which we're keeping an eye on. Just one. All right, moving on then, if that's okay, for the seed greenhouse program update. Everything is moving along great. Transplanting, we still have transplanting Wednesdays. We're getting up in the numbers. We're planting second-year plants at Pollinator Park. We're gonna be using a lot of the second-year plants in the shoreline restoration. That's what they're all doing out there in the backyard right now. So we have enough cordgrass, we have enough sedges, we have enough flower, we have everything. And then probably the plants that we're transplanting right now will be either later on in the fall or for next year. That's all I have about that. Moving on is the Living Green Expo.
Oh, sure. So we participated in the Living Green Expo 2 on May 20th at the Grace Evangelical Lutheran Church. About 13 people stopped at our table. One person already receives our workday notices, and another is a patient of Dr. Chris Wood. So we had a nice conversation. We were warmly welcomed. They were well organized. Should we do it again? If we have the time, I think it's good exposure. If not, I don't think it's critical. But they had all the vendors who were there and resources were in my notes, and they'll be in the minutes, and a journal article.
Mm-hmm. Nice, thank you for doing that.
Sure.
Thanks, Jill.
Yep.
Okay, Community Day.
You want to do that one too, Jill?
Sure. Beautiful weather. We had the, I'll say pleasure of the band right across from us.
Literally 10
We didn't
feet.
lose our hearing, but it did attract a lot of people. They were quite good. They got a lot of us singing and dancing. A lot of young families were out. A lot of people stopped at our table and complimented us, especially about the boardwalk and the slough. And we were putting out the call for the block party in 2 weeks. So all in all, another very nice time.
We did give away about 15
Yes.
black oak trees as
Correct.
well.
Yeah, and towards the end, as we're packing up, all of a sudden, we get all these people looking for the oak trees, so.
Nice.
Yeah, big shout out to Joe from Public Works for helping us
Right.
get that stuff packed up. He's really just a terrific guy.
And to Maya for the
And Maya, of
care of
course,
the oak
yeah.
trees, right? She's been,
That's a monumental Herculean effort.
yes, I mean, she's been watering, taking care of them, transplanted all of them, 200 oaks. She's been, yeah. Okay. Prospect Heights Block Party, June 17th.
Okay, we're on for June 17th. Setup will be around 1 o'clock, as always. Anybody who's available to help with the setup.
I'll be
would
there.
Appreciated. We are bringing 2 canopies. Park District is giving us 2 canopies, electrical outlet,
tables.
4 chairs, 2 tables. And the rest of the stuff we have, which we'll bring. We'll be giving away 6 packs of plants and the oak trees as well. So, should be an action-packed.
I'm going to be out of town that week. I know I've had a few items that we use to decorate that
Yeah, we'd like
booth,
to get
so,
those, yeah.
okay, let me,
Yeah.
Any questions?
No? Okay. then the Independence Day Parade. Yay. John? would you like-
I'll jump in on that one. Okay, so we're up and running and preparing for the Prospect Heights Parade on July 1st, and also we're registered for the Arlington Heights Parade on July 4th. There's some big new additions to the float and the presentation this year. I've got work going on a 12-foot monarch butterfly that flaps, and we have a 20-foot walking monarch caterpillar that will be manned by 6 people. So
And 3 milkweed people.
we have
And
3
three
milkweed people
carrying the
who,
sign.
yeah, so that will be good. In addition to everybody, all the other figures we had last year, it should be a pretty good display. We also are going to be constructing a giant milkweed flower for the monarch to feed
Oh, you are? Is that new?
as of today. So that's underway. So the Kate Tully and Andy and Mara and everybody's on board with building the stuff, you guys and myself. And so those are the big things. About a week before, maybe 9 days before, I'm gonna get the trailer that we used for the float to be parked on my driveway, as we did last year, and then basically evenings before we'll gather and start assembling everything as we did last year. So there'll be a lot of construction in that goes on, and hopefully the weather holds out and we'll have a good turnout for that. People seem to be pretty excited about it again, and we're going to need people to man some of these things, carry some signs. I've had a lot of ideas for some signage that we should maybe carry along the parade route and send our message out to people. And I'll share that with you guys later. But yeah, I think it's going to be pretty good.
The response to the email that we've sent out has been incredible. Talene is trying to recruit the scouts to either be the caterpillar or help out with the construction.
Everybody wants to be the caterpillar. I don't know. Caterpillar.
Yeah, we only got six spots for that. But are the scouts, so my thought on that, are they going to be in uniform or are they going to be?
No, they're just
They're
there
just
to
gonna be
help,
there.
volunteer help.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, because we want to make sure it's not a scout parade, it's
Yeah,
a
no.
PHNRC parade. And then I just spoke to Kate right before we got here, and she just finished the fabric for the Caterpillar, 54 feet of painted canvas for it. So,
I have to say, it is absolutely stunning.
yeah.
It is beautiful. It is
it-
spot on. It
We're-
looks just like a monarch caterpillar.
We're going to start
Unbelievable.
piecing that all together.
Straight out of fabric. It's unbelievable.
It's going to be cool.
Yeah.
So, we have to try to outdo what we did last year, and that's kind of a tall task, but I think we can do it. So, yeah.
And how are you doing on costs for materials and so forth? Do you need help with anything?
Most of it's coming out of my pocket or
Somebody's,
somebody else's. We haven't really took any funds out of the budget or anything for this.
I know, but I mean, you should spread the wealth. We can help with it.
Okay, I'll let you know. It hasn't been too bad, but a lot of these things, we have extra art supplies laying around so that we just put them to good use. But, yeah, there's been a lot of PVC and some hardware going into it. Thanks to Dana for helping me engineer a 12-foot flapping butterfly.
Also on the issue of a marching band, I talked to John Wyrick to see if we could get Felix to do that. They can't do that. The director of the Hersey marching band won't let them do that. I said, what about an ad hoc guerrilla marching band? And that's still a possibility. So.
Well, yeah, it doesn't have to be a full marching band. It could be a
It's like
section, and these
yeah.
kids could do it on the side as
Right.
not part of the high
Correct.
school or something.
Right, so that's what he's checking on. And,
Okay.
Well, what
so-
about Maya's daughter and her band?
Um,
They've got electrical guitars and,
Yeah, I don't know.
but I mean, they would need a connection to that.
They have the PA. They have a PA.
Did they offer it up?
No, but we could
We
ask.
didn't ask.
All right,
We didn't ask.
all right, let's ask them for a PA
Sure.
in case we're using recorded music. Kate also has a feeler out for a band also. It'd be cool to have some kind of live music going on with our display, but it's not critical. But in the future, it'll be there.
Thank you, John.
The marching band would certainly shake things up.
So you're guessing probably ballpark around June 20 something?
Yeah, so I'm out of town from the 14th through the 20th. I expect I just talked to Lewis, who has our connection for the trailer. We should be getting that probably on the 20th on my driveway, and then we'll start constructing after that. I'll send out emails from the 20th then through the 1st. It's game on for construction and all that.
Okay.
And I know a lot of you had costumes for last year and props and that, and certainly bring all that along for the parades this year.
Well, I'll help with doing any of the animals first, before bringing my umbrella,
Yes.
so we can get those outfitted. Excuse me.
Okay,
Cool, thanks, John.
You're
thank
welcome.
you so much. Yeah.
That's awesome.
Questions, comments? No. Okay, let's move on then to the summer interns, which have been amazing and great and really smart and very hardworking and just a pleasure. And I love it, and I wish I could hang out with them every day, whole week, whole summer, because it's a lot of fun to work out in the field. Just spent the last 2 days with them, so that was really great. I don't know what else to say about it.
They're getting a lot of work done. They're really smart.
Yeah.
They're learning everything they can possibly learn. They don't take breaks. They don't get on their phones. They're just focused.
They're very
When they
focused.
lunch, they're studying, so.
Yeah, and they're doing well on their quizzes, and they're studying, definitely. They have to be studying at home, because you can't pass my quizzes without a little extra study. It doesn't just, and I'm just amazed at the amount of work that they do when I go out to the site later on to take a look. It's like, really, they did that much today? You know, it's very nice, very nice.
Yeah, when you think Catherine's getting up and commuting from
Right.
LaGrange every single day and then going home, it's incredible.
It is.
She's never been late, a single.
She's
not
usually
once.
15 minutes early.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, District 214
District
micros.
214 micro internships, so that started yesterday, so they are now, so we have 3 students, 2 from Prospect, 1 from Hersey, and they will be coming on Wednesdays from 1 to 4, and on Fridays from 8:45 to 10:45. And it was very nice yesterday. Seth, you were there, you want to say anything about them?
No, it's nice to have them start. They seem enthusiastic. Obviously in the first day, everyone's a little uncertain
Shy,
of how
right.
things are going to go and shy. But it started off with an educational component, and then there was a hands-on component. And for a first day, I think it went well.
Yeah, I think it'll be really nice. Yep.
Great.
Then we move on to the annual plan review,
Nothing to report.
nothing to report, and the budget and treasurer's report.
Yeah, I thought I emailed this. Did you guys get this in email? Could have swore it went out, but maybe I forgot to press send. I don't know.
Excuse me.
But our net revenue at this point is about $17,500, starting at 21.5. So, we're buying supplies and we're paying the interns now, so that number will start going down. But still a lot of money in the budget. And then regarding the Hillcrest Lake Shoreline Restoration budget, we started off with 5,000 this year. We've spent 3,200 and change on all the supplies for that, the core logs, all that other business that's sitting there ready to go. That's whittled us down to about 1,700 and change, so we still got some money to spend
Is
there.
the dirt listed on there?
The dirt is not listed on
Okay,
there.
so that's 987.50, I want to say.
987, all right, so,
Something like that.
that's gonna bring us down to about 800 bucks left in it. So,
Perfect.
do we need to buy aquatics?
Aquatics, and we need stakes for the carpet installation.
How much will that run us?
Stakes are minimal, probably $90 to $100. I think we have chicken wire, right?
We might have chicken wire, we might need some more chicken wire, though. I don't think we have enough chicken wire for that stretch.
So maybe $120 total.
What about the aquatics?
Aquatics, as much as you can spend. I mean,
The rest of it.
Just the rest of it dedicated to aquatics.
Will be enough to cover
Oh,
that?
yeah.
Yeah?
Like $300 to $400.
We'll also
should be
transplant
fine.
from the slough.
Right,
the
we'll
arrowhead.
transplant some, and then $300 to $400 should be okay for.
All right, well, strangely, with the water so low, the arrowheads are actually doing pretty well.
Yeah.
And it's really, just on a side note, they're, like, all the prairie plants, they're flowering, they're green,
That's
they're,
crazy.
Yeah.
I've never seen the blue flag irises looking better around, and they're sitting in the water.
They're dry, it's dry.
Yeah, it's really cool.
Well, that's the magic of
Deep
I
bird
know.
science, the deep
Deep roots
roots
in
that we
action.
all, this is all that we talk about, and it's.
Yeah, I think it's actually important to take a pause and point that out to anyone who might be listening. I know in my own yard, I have a bunch of native plants,
Me too.
and I also have some nursery purchased garden plants, including, well, vegetables and flowers and the like. And I don't have to water the native plants, and I do have to water the
Yeah,
nursery flowers.
right,
Native plants really are native. They really can handle the environment.
they really can, I know. I haven't watered a single thing in my front yard. It's flowering and beautiful.
I do have a set of new bumper stickers I made that says "Plant Native," and
They're really nice.
They're
We
excellent.
have them up.
all right, good. I can give you guys some bumper stickers. And then also, this will be part of the signage, I think, for the parade. Some signs that just say plant native, and then a couple sign, you flip it around and it tells you what the benefits are.
Nice.
Don't water it, less mowing,
Mm-hmm.
carbon sink, whatever.
Excuse me.
Great, okay. Then, let's move on to city civic meetings and PHNRC representation.
Well, my voice is not cooperating, but you saw my notes, and the only thing I wanted to point out is during the Park District Board meeting in May, they were talking about Tully Park and getting their equipment through. And what Dino mentioned is he wanted a path that was 10 foot wide, like that of a driveway. So that
Okay.
was
That
that.
works all day.
Yeah,
where?
that's not,
Tully Park,
Tully Park, 10 foot, that's
where it joins the property that's going to be torn down with Tully Park.
even 20 or 30.
Where's that property? That's on the east side?
It's on the,
Yeah,
yeah,
it's on
east,
Wheaton
it's
Road.
directly east of Tully Park.
Okay.
Okay. All right, then let's move on to new business, the Prospect Heights Park District Summer Camp, August.
Laura and I are in discussion about what to do with that camp, so as soon as I have something to report, I'll let you know.
Do you have dates?
I don't have the dates.
It's always the last
always
week.
in August, it's that 10th week of camps.
Right. End
And
of August.
whether it's 1 day, 2 days, 3 days, or a week, we don't know. It's up to us. And there is additional funding from them to cover that. So unlike last year where there wasn't. So,
And who is Laura?
Laura is the person who's a coordinator for that program,
Okay.
the camps program.
Okay, great. PHNRC website.
Okay, just, I've been working on the website, and so I have updated the projects page on several of the pages, using the format that Seth suggested, which I thought was really good. It gives more direct information about the nature of the site. So, new is the slough and the ComEd Prairie. So if you guys get a chance, check those out and then give me your feedback. But the plan is to go through all the projects and bring them into the same format. So it's much, more articulate. People can get more information on it. It has all the maps that are downloadable, so that you can download the trail maps and all the rest of that stuff. So it's much more interactive and much more targeted towards giving away information.
On that note, and I haven't really walked around the website in a while.
Mhm.
My apologies. But with the exposure we're gonna get with the parade, and people will be going to the website, is there information there, sections there that tells them, like, what type of prairie plants they can plant on their lawn, or where they can get them, or, you know,
No, there
like
isn't.
a how-to? Because we're, you know, we're pushing a message of planting native on lawns and that, and if they go to our website, you know, they're gonna be looking for answers, I think, and.
There's
I-
information about the Grow It, Don't Mow It program, but we're self-peddling that for
We don't-
obvious reasons. But no, there's no direct information about that. I mean, there's species lists on the
We could
individual
provide
sites.
links, you could provide links to
Yeah.
other places, so you don't have to
That's a great
reinvent the
idea. We
wheel.
just create a page. How do you
Yeah.
do this?
And there's other organizations that have that all information, you know,
Yeah.
there, so we don't have to reinvent the wheel.
Right.
Well, my concern is that, you know, okay, we go to a parade with 10,000 people at it, and all of a sudden the website gets bombarded, and you're like, hey, can you help us plant some
Right.
natives on our grass? And we're overwhelmed.
Yeah,
So if there's some.
You can
Yeah,
have a
there's-
tab simply saying plant native and then have all the resources listed there.
right, all the resources.
Yeah.
Then you can have all the companies too that can help them
Mhm.
out, like Tallgrass and, you know, everybody else, and then
Mhm.
all of
Green
the
gorillas.
Green Gorillas, you could have Midwest Native, all of the Possibility Place, the
Yeah.
list of nurseries.
Yeah, community, naturals, communities,
Right.
yeah. Okay,
Yeah.
good
All of
idea.
that stuff,
Yeah.
thank you.
Good
Right.
suggestion.
That's a great suggestion.
Thanks for doing all that work, Lena.
More work. We've already discussed wood chips, so we'll go on to announcements to the public. Seth,
Nothing?
Okay,
John,
No, I'm good.
all right.
anybody else?
No.
Okay.
We don't have visitors, so
Well, we have a visitor.
Joe?
Joe's not a visitor,
No.
Joe's part of.
Well, you know what I mean.
Right, yeah.
Okay.
All right, then,
I motion to adjourn.
I second.
all in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Meeting adjourned, thank you.